Hi everyone, it's your happy gardener here. Not very happy because I haven't been able to get out here an awful lot because David's been in hospital. He was in hospital for quite some time, 7 weeks to be precise, and we had to go back to the hospital because he got a PICC line in and they were putting antibiotics through it. So that was for another 2 weeks. So all in all, 9 weeks we've had. We went to see the doctor on Thursday, but we haven't got the results yet. So they took another blood sample. Anyway, I've done what I can in the garden. I've had loads and loads of tomatoes, like really loads of tomatoes, but the small ones, tiny little small, and I've got them growing everywhere. They have been quite nice because you can like fry them up or put them in salads or whatever. But do you see how small they are? Look, tiny little ones. Some big, some small. And I've just chased this back now because it needed chasing back. Because I couldn't look after it very well. I've had loads of what do they call them? Oh God! Well, here I go again. Cucumbers on here. There's another little one there. Look, and there's one there. This is a small cucumber plant, a mini one. And I've had lots of cucumbers off of there. And this is a normal size cucumber, but I've been picking them while they're young. So it doesn't look like we've got a lot more growing. I think they've done their growing. And I was talking to my brother-in-law about maybe growing as well as other bits like lettuce and cucumbers and radishes and spring onions. I thought I might have a go at celery. And my brother said that celery was quite difficult to grow or grow properly. Well, I think I've done quite well because I've got 2 batches of it, but they're very thin stalked. And this is one batch. See, the stalks are quite thin. And I've put all the manure and all that round them like it says. I've got one out here growing. And that seems to be doing a little bit better. But it's still slim stuff, look. But it's quite nice. Sweet corn. Lovely sweet corn again, but unfortunately not as much as I had last year, and I grew it exactly the same way. Butternut squash, here we go. There's a butternut squash growing away. I've got another one through there. One fell off, so I took that up home. I don't know what it'll do. We've had cabbages, cauliflower. Although I think I kept that too warm under a net, because the net was quite large, or dense, should I say. The weather's been kind to us again. Rain when we've needed it, sunshine when we've needed it. You know, as I say, I've not done an awful lot. I've just managed to get round and do some weeding in the greenhouse and taking out the old stuff that has now stopped growing. I've got some peppers growing and they look quite nice. I don't know whether to pick those young and just put them in a stir fry, although they're growing quite nice. Can you see them? little dingle dangle one there. They're still in little pots. I really ought to put them in bigger pots. And the piece de resistance is a melon. Look at this. It's got lots of little melons on, but they're not growing. They've got little ones on. I think I need to take these silly ones off. And there's only one plant, so I don't know whether I should have got another plant and, you know, to tickle its fancy to produce more stuff. Out here, I've grown, as I say, cabbages. I grew broccoli. I was very successful with my broccoli. That's all in the freezer now. The cabbages are all in the freezer, and the poor excuse for cauliflower is in the freezer. The reason I say poor excuse is because, as I've said, the cauliflower done its own thing and was, you know, going to seed. So I picked it really early and prepared it and put it in the freezer. And hopefully, I mean, it smells like cauliflower, so, you know, we could disguise it, cauliflower cheese or something. So we'll see there. I found out that one of my dogs is a vegetarian. That's Preston. Although he eats his dinner, he won't eat it unless I put peas on it. You know, runner beans. Because he's a crafty little devil. He likes what I have. So, anyway, I've got some French beans, some more radishes. I did go down to the garden centre and buy those round, already seeded things. You know, they're like little mats, and I put those on the ground, covered them up a bit, watered and watered and watered. I also put some hot stuff in. That grew lovely, but no sign of the cabbages. Absolutely no sign. Spring onions, I just scattered them like I scattered the radishes, and they're growing. It's just a case of putting them in. What survives does survive. What doesn't survive, well, hey ho. David, my brother-in-law, has put some winter cabbages in. I think he's put about 40 of those in the back raised bed. And I've put all this in here. He's put some carrots in this bed I'm sitting on. And I'm going to prepare the beds that are not being used now for next year, and we'll see what happens. Chickens are doing well. They're laying sort of 5-6 eggs a day, so happy with them. And I've also had to do the gardening, the grass, because of David. He's not well at all, but he's getting there. So there I am, starting the mower up. All sorts has happened when David's been in hospital. The car broke down twice. I had to call the relay recovery out. And then when they got there, they said, try it now, and it started the first time. And never had a problem until the second time it went funny. So I tried to keep my cool. A couple of times I didn't. And then I said, oh, the grass needs cutting. And it's not a little garden to cut. It's quite a big one. So there I was with the mower, pull start mower. So I pulled and started it, done 2 rows, pushing it along, and then realised, I thought, what is this black handle at the back? So I pushed it up, and well, I was running around the garden. Of couldn't control it. Anyway, I let go of that and it stopped. And I pushed it up the garden for the third time and it just dropped out. It didn't, and it wouldn't start anymore. I checked the petrol in it. The petrol was fine. I phoned David again, not to worry him, but just to ask his advice. And he said, is there petrol in it? Yes. He said, have you got it turned on? Well, yes, it's worked a couple of times. Yeah, I know, but it'll have a drip feed coming through until you turn it on. Okay, so that's what I done. I turned the thing on, and lo and behold, it started again. So I phoned him up and said, yeah, I've got to start it again. And after I'd done the mowing, tried to get the what's names up and down the grass like he does, the straight lines, and they were all wiggly woggly, but you know, I done it. Then my brother-in-law come over with his strimmer. Hey, that's my dogs. Lana's trying to stop Preston from getting the chickens. Come here. Here. All right, go out in the garden. Lana, leave him. Come here, Preston. Stop. Lana, Preston, come here. Up here. This is a little troublemaker. Little troublemaker. Anyway, I done the garden. My brother-in-law come over and done the strimming, and it really did look very nice after it finished. And I've tried to do the same. I've done it. Stop it! You're not going after the chickens. He does love to chase the chickens, a naughty boy. Anyway, why are you hiding? My cherry tree, I was laden with cherries. The birds had eaten some. I'd picked a lot and left some for the birds. And I've trimmed it back. Apples I've got. Pears. My pear tree has been loaded down with pears, so I'm really pleased. Only small pears, but it's only a small tree. So I'm really pleased with that. I've got to pick a load more French beans because they're here. Hello, Jakey. So I'll just carry on gardening. That's what I should have called it, carry on gardening, because it's a funny old thing. It's a funny way to do gardening, the way I do it, but it works. And I think at 68 I'm not doing too bad. So I'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Hopefully David will be fine. Not much of a gardening program, but you know, carry on gardening. That's what I will call it, carry on gardening. So there you are. And I mean, if you enjoy my channel, I know I don't do many, but if you enjoy my channel, just give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe and press that little dingy bell, because that'll tell you when my next video is up. And I look forward to talking to you next time. So I will say, get down, Preston, and I will say bye bye for now. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.